gonna cozy up in this cabin till my blood comes back. DayZ ambience. Sit with me while my blood comes back.
Where did your blood go?
I had an incident. I got attacked by a bit of a horde. Emberfall lore. Emberfall, the Chronicle of Ashes. From the embers of what was lost, a new world was forged. Before the fall, there was a time before the infected, before abandoned cities and ruined roads, before survivors scavenged through the bones of a forgotten civilization. The world was prosperous. Governments maintained order. Trade flowed across nations. People planned for futures they believed were guaranteed. Then came the fall. No surviving record can fully explain what happened. Some claim it began with war, others speak of disease. A few whispers of experiments that should never have existed. Whatever the cause, the result was the same. Civilization collapsed. Governments vanished. Communication died. Supply lines disappeared. The dead began to walk. The living began to fight. And humanity entered its darkest age. The Years of Ash. The years that followed became known as the Years of Ash. Survival became the only law. Settlements rose and fell. Communities promised safety only to become prisons. Leaders emerged claiming they could restore order. Most became tyrants, others became legends. Trust became a currency rather than ammunition. People learned quickly that the infected were not the greatest threat, the living were. For years, the land remained fractured. No kingdom lasted, no government returned. Hope itself became a scarce resource. Hi guys, scarce here. Then came Salem, the city of Salem. Among the ruins of the old world stood a settlement unlike many others. Its walls were strong, its people were determined, its citizens believed they could build something better. The settlement became known simply as Salem. Survivors traveled from distant regions seeking shelter, trade, and purpose. Stories of Salem spread across the wasteland. For a time, it became a beacon, a symbol that civilization might one day return. Many called it home. Many gave it everything they had to help it grow. Among those survivors were four individuals whose names have long since been lost to history. What remains is their story. The four embers. The four were not rulers, they were not nobles, they were not chosen by fate. They were simply survivors. Yet throughout Salem they became known for their loyalty, fairness, and willingness to protect others. When disputes arose, they sought justice. When settlements struggled, they offered help. When danger threatened the community, they stood together. Many believed they had become the pillars of Salem itself. They were respected, trusted, and admired, not because of power, but because of their actions. For years, they worked to strengthen the community they loved. Yet as Salem grew, so too did divisions within its walls. The three judges. As generations passed, authority within Salem became concentrated among three powerful figures. History remembers them only as the three judges. Some viewed them as protectors, others saw them as rulers. Many believed they had become too powerful. The stories differ depending on who tells them, but every version agrees on one truth. A divide emerged. The four embers believed every survivor should stand equal beneath the law. The three judges believed authority was necessary to maintain order. Questions became disagreements. Disagreements became conflicts. Conflicts became fractures. The four spoke openly of fairness, of transparency, of accountability, of a future where no individual stood above the community itself. The judges viewed these ideas as dangerous. The divide grew wider. Eventually, reconciliation became impossible. The exile. The exact details have been lost. Some say the four embers were expelled, some claim they chose to leave. Others insisted they were sacrificed to preserve peace within Salem. Whatever occurred, one fact remains undisputed. The four departed together. They left behind homes, friends, positions of influence, everything they had helped build. As they crossed beyond the borders of Salem, they carried only their supplies, their loyalty to one another, and single shared belief that a better community was possible. One built upon fairness rather than favor, trust rather than status, respect rather than power. The journey into the wilderness began. The Ember Oath. During the first winter after their exile, the four established a small camp deep within the wilderness. Food was scarce. Hey guys. Supplies were limited. Survival was uncertain. Yet it was there that they made a vow that would eventually shape the future of the region. The vow became known as the Ember Oath. No survivors shall stand above the law. No friendship shall outweigh justice. No leader shall be beyond question. Every voice shall be heard. Every person shall earn their place through their actions. The four swore that if they ever built a new settlement, these principles would guide it. That settlement would become Emberfall, the founding of Emberfall. The camp began with four survivors. Then came travelers, then traders, then families. Word spread quickly. A new community was emerging, one built upon cooperation, one where reputation mattered more than status, one where every survivor had the opportunity to shape their own destiny. Small camps became villages, villages became settlements, trade routes were formed, alliances emerged. The collection of settlements became known collectively as Emberfall, not as a kingdom, not an empire, not a nation, a community, a place where survivors could build something greater than themselves. Modern day Emberfall. Years have passed since the founding. The four embers have long since vanished. Some believe they died. Others claim they still wander the wilderness. Many insist their descendants remain among us. No one truly knows. What remains is their legacy. Today, Emberfall is a land of opportunity and danger. Merchants travel between settlements. Factions compete for influence. Hunters track game through the forest. Scavengers search abandoned military installations. Bandits prey upon the careless. The infected still roam. Resources remain limited. Conflict remains inevitable. Every survivor must choose their own path. Some will become heroes, others villains. Most simply try to survive. The legacy of the embers. Across the land, relics of the four continue to surface. Old journals, photographs, weathered maps, abandoned camps, faded notes written in trembling hands. Each discovery reveals another piece of history. Each raises new questions. Did the four truly exist? Were they real people? Or have they become something greater than history itself? Perhaps the answer no longer matters, because their legacy survives in every settlement, every alliance, every act of trust between strangers, every survivor who chooses to build rather than destroy. The Survivor's Creed. The world does not owe you survival. Your actions define your reputation. Your choices shape your future. Your alliances determine your strength. No king rules this land. No government protects you. No prophecy guides your path. This is Emberfall, a world born from ashes, a community forged by survivors, a story still being written. And now your chapter begins. I'm gonna assume that the people who made this server were in a Livonia server, and maybe they even started the Livonia server, and it was their own deal, and then some other group uprose in the server and like took it over. So they've restarted here. That's my guess based off that. Maybe it's just a story. I feel like I could make a video. Sit with me in DayZ while I read the lore.
You can have the lore, like as you read it, it just scrolls across the screen like the Star Wars text.
I should do that. I'll give you credit. I'm gonna check with the like an admin or somebody, see if I could leave in my personal theory at the end. Because if they're shameless about it, I'd like to leave that in. Because I think that's brave. But if they don't want to bring it up, I'll respect that. Editor's note: if I leave in the theory, leave in that part too to show that I commend them because I'm a nice guy. And editor note: leave that in because it's funny. Okay, that's it. Bye.